Now is the time.
Forever? Tangent. Old.
Halt.
Hashtag always MGM.
You are approaching the unloading area.
Calm down. AK haters.
But what if it could?
Behold the
Disney
majesty of the
breeze.
Sistine ceiling.
For the kids.
A salute to all theme parks, but mostly Walt Disney World.
What a cute ending.
Aloha and
Don't Dillo it.
This is Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank, and we are here with this week's episode, which we will play momentarily for you. It's a recording we did on our YouTube channel last Thursday evening. We had both members of Choo Choo Soul joining us for that live stream, Genevieve Goings and Constantine Abramson. And we wanted to play it here in the audio feed for your enjoyment. Those of you who just check out the audio podcast here, we do have our YouTube channel at youtube.com/DillosDiz. So make sure you sub, you do all the things. We just got the membership thing. We just achieved we leveled up.
Yeah. It's like a video game at this point, YouTube. We're just leveling up here and there, and we're hoping for the best with it all.
And I was never good with video games. I'm not a video gamer.
One day we might have to do a deep dive into your gaming and Legoing, and how come those two things just were never big for you growing up?
The Legoing I can 100% answer, but we'll not do that here today.
No,
it sounds like
day,
a Toy Tuesday topic.
Yes, true.
Also on our YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out. But we have Genevieve, we have Constantine, we have all the things to share with you with Choo Choo Soul. First time ever on the podcast, both members of Choo Choo Soul. But first, I did not share this with Jen, but staying on theme of Choo Choo trains, all aboard the Choo Choo trains, I'm going to pose this question to Jen. And I want her to provide the rankings of the following trains in Walt Disney World. Jen, do you have a pen and paper handy?
Okay. I don't like to rank things. It makes me nervous.
But it got me thinking after we talked to Genevieve and Constantine last week. How can I loop in some theme park train talk? We talk about Papa Dillo potentially having a TikTok train related someday.
He doesn't know it yet, but yep.
But Jen, please at this time rank, and you can do it from top to bottom or bottom to top.
Okay.
These 6 trains in Walt Disney World.
All right.
The Walt Disney World monorail. The Walt Disney World Railroad. Big Thunder Mountain.
Okay.
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
What?
That's a train.
Oh, okay. Right.
You get on a train.
I forgot. Okay.
The Wildlife Express in Animal Kingdom that takes you to Rafiki's Planet Watch.
You're just trying to get me to get hate mail this week. That's what you're doing.
We have to include the Animal Kingdom from time to time.
Right.
And finally, Expedition Everest. Now, we didn't include the little train that goes around in a circle in Disney Springs. Just putting that on the record and making sure I left out, if I left out any other trains that I'm not thinking of in Walt Disney World or some sort of train theme I'm not thinking of, you can add us at Dillo's Diz on the gram, on the X, on the TikTok, whatever.
Would we not count the People Mover as a train?
It doesn't count.
If you were a kid and the People Mover was a toy, doesn't that kind of look like a train?
No, I'm not doing the People Mover. I'm not doing that little train you got to try to catch on Smuggler's Run. That doesn't count. You got to be on a train.
All right, fair enough. I think I have my rankings already. Look how fast that was.
That was pretty good. No shuttles of any kind.
Right. Can't do the parking lot tram.
No parking lot trams, especially not that Animal Kingdom one.
Well, you're on that for a while. It's so far away.
All right. You gonna go bottom to top or top to bottom?
I'll go bottom to top.
All right. Please provide your number 6.
Number 6, with a surprise to no one, is the what's it called? Wildlife Express.
Yes, the Wildlife Express that takes you to Rafiki's Planet Watch.
This is a train we didn't even know existed until a
3
few
years
years
ago.
ago in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
I have since been on it a few times. It's lovely. It's
Yes.
very nice. I do the animation experience. It's all great. It gets the number 6 spot because I only just learned about it a few years ago.
I think that clearly the train, it's any element of train we enjoy in general. The railroad ran through our backyard. It still runs through Mama and Papa Dillo's backyard. No spoilers,
Correct.
but we've lived practically on the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
For our whole life. So any sighting of a train in a theme park we're in, Wildlife Express levels up in our eyes, but still here, number 6.
Yes, correct.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5, I enjoy this attraction.
Mm-hmm.
However, it gets points deducted because it replaced a favorite attraction, and that would be Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
I think that's like a little bit of an upset win right there,
Yeah,
upset ranking.
Well, I had to deduct points. I enjoy the ride. Did it have to replace a great movie ride? No, it didn't.
Would it have been better over at the launch bay? Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And you mean the Star Wars Museum? Yeah.
That's a cast member who said that. That is not what we say.
Correct.
I've been very happy with the launch bay, though clearly something better could be there for the last 1,000 years.
Yes. Facts.
Number 4.
Number 4, I put Expedition Everest. I was just talking to someone about this earlier today that I'm like, oh yeah, I've been on Expedition Everest plenty. Oh, but it's been about 6 years, so it's been a while. I don't know how shook it would make me at this point. But I do recognize it as a very cool ride, and I know we have many friends who love going on this ride as much as possible. But it gets a number 4 spot for me.
Is it the going backwards at this point? Because I feel like that's when I get it. Is it just that, or is it the whole attraction?
No, I think it's the going backwards that does it. But I don't know. When we went on for our first Dillo's Diz trip, whatever we called it, I remember coming off of it going, oh, I feel a little bit different than I used to coming off of that ride.
That was the last time you went on it back in 2018.
Yes.
Well, now I think it comes to, a little bit of more of a challenge here with 3 remaining: the Walt Disney World monorail, the Walt Disney World Railroad, and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yeah.
Jen, what is your number 3?
I think the 3 and 2 spot may come as a surprise to some. But I did put Big Thunder Mountain in the 3 spot.
Ooh, okay.
I know. And again, could be a surprise. But for me, because it's an attraction and not actually a train, I guess. But also, I love Big Thunder Mountain. So it's tough to put it in a 3 spot. But
Thunder
that's
Mountain
where
at night?
I'm going. At night, please. The best.
I mean, I think that's another upset, right? I'm intrigued by your rankings here. So we got the monorail and the Walt Disney World Railroad left. Jen, your number 2. I have a feeling I know what number 2 is based on what your number 3 was. The number 3 I felt like was, might have been in the 1-2.
Yeah.
But now that we're here with the 1-2, I feel like I'm going to know what your 2 is. But maybe I'll be surprised.
What do you think my number 2 is?
I think your number 2 is the Walt Disney World Railroad.
That is correct. And, technically, in terms of trains, really the only train on this list, the only true train, but it's a classic, which is, and it's one, it's an actual train, and 2, it is a classic, which is why it beat out Big Thunder. So I put that in the number 2 spot, which would make the monorail number 1 for me. There's no way I couldn't put the monorail at number 1 because I love it so much.
I think the monorail, just looking at, I could debate Big Thunder and the railroad myself, and maybe the railroad is just a stronger argument because it's been so long since I've been on it. So the nostalgia is palpable. And then I may debate Runaway Railway and Everest. But you are correct. What the Runaway Railway replaced in the Great Movie Ride, probably the Ducks to Point. So I probably would go Monorail, Big Thunder, Walt Disney World Railroad, Everest, Runaway Railway, and in sixth place, of course,
obviously,
it had to be. It is the sixth park. So the Animal Kingdom attraction needed to be in the sixth spot. It's the sixth park chronologically if you're listening to Theme Park Thursday with Dillo's Diz for the very first time.
Right. Those water parks count. So
all right. I wanted to have a little theme parky train theme here. Sure. So now we will inch, we will weave, we will emerge, we will, I don't know what that thing is when you flip the switch and it goes from one track of the train to the other track. Like there's like I think it's just a switch. Is it a switch?
It's a switch. There's a merging happening. Yeah, that's all the things.
Like one of those. But we have both members of Choo Choo Soul on the audio feed of the Theme Park Thursday podcast here today. If you want to check out the video, go to youtube.com/DillosDiz. Then you like the video, you subscribe to the channel, you do the whole thing. Maybe we'll do the supers and whatever they call them someday. I don't understand the YouTube channel completely, but it's not about that right now. Right now, it's about Choo Choo Soul, both Constantine and Genevieve together in the same windows of the screen with us to share with you here on the audio feed. Until next time, she's Jen and I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.
Genevieve Goings. Genevieve Goings.
Thank you guys for having me back. 5 Timers Club. Where's my jacket?
Listen, it's coming. Okay, we already have plans for
I love a good blazer, so I might have to just do that up myself there.
All right,
blazer.
Okay, all right.
We'll need a PO box immediately following.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
send it over.
You guys, it is so good to see you again. That was very rude that you said it had been 2 years. I don't appreciate you putting time to the equation of our lives, but it's fine. We all look the same. We're just as youthful as ever.
That's right. We're trying our best.
Dude, if I do this, maybe just cover up the chin.
Right. Yeah. Genevieve, I don't understand the 2 years. It doesn't make sense. We were on like this streak. What was it? Like every 6 months, a year. We didn't go this long.
No, I know. It's crazy. And I feel like I should have more to report. But then at the same time, there has been a lot going on. And of course, like you say, the ebook, I did actually release this ebook. It's a reference, Your Beginner's Guide to Entering Hollywood, because actually over the past year, I've been coaching kids on, their auditions and voice acting and singing and recording. And I was working with someone, they were like, we should write a book. Of course, imposter syndrome comes into everyone. I can't write a book. Who am I to write a book? What? And I just like, well, let me see if I was just gonna jot down a couple chapters. But
I just have a couple of thoughts, whatever.
I know, like the meme of like the puppet on the board. Yeah. So just like people are so interested. I think even like for you guys doing this podcast, like how many people are so interested in, I'm sure your friends ask you like, well, how do you do that? How did you start that? And so what is it? It's interesting making content and just being, in this world, and people sometimes act all cool like they just know what they're doing and they don't want to let other people in. It's like, come on, share the knowledge, guys. Just want to try it. So that was my babble. I think you were supposed to ask me about it first, and then I was going to answer. Oh my gosh, why didn't I listen to the intro where Frank specifically said, "Do not talk too fast."
I want to mark time, though, again, real fast, because I said this to Jen the other night, and she's like, do not say this to Genevieve. So I'm about to say it to you. Oh. So you were nominated for a Grammy in 2017, in 2018, in 2019. Oh. Then we met together in 2020 with Angela, and then we spoke in 2021 and 2022, but not in 2023, which is the year you won the Grammy.
Oh my
I'm just
gosh!
saying,
It's see how it's strategically placed in the back.
You just this over here.
And you know, since we know each other so well, I would get up and take it off the wall and bring it over here. However, I have a bodysuit on that is not tucked in or snapped. It's just here for the waist up look. So I cannot get up out of the chair.
I get it
right now.
Yeah, I'm usually like a shirt, sweater, something, and then like pajama bottoms.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. We're live on YouTube. Forget it.
Exactly, which is the joy of waist up content, right?
Yes, exactly.
We love it.
But yeah, so Frank was worried that we, the timing of everything was interesting, and we don't want to mess anything up here. We don't want to mess up the flow of how things have been going.
Well, I love it. Well, thanks for bringing that up. I mean, what a joy. I've been trying to I'm slanging the word, I'm like, hey, Grammy award winning. And it's as a songwriter, which is wonderful as well, because I was a co-writer on the Alphabet Rockers album. And there's so many things I've done in my career that to be honored as a songwriter is like, just really amazing. So thanks for bringing it up, guys. Woohoo!
Yeah, congratulations.
It's not about the awards.
But if it was,
that's pretty special one for a musician to have.
Yeah, that's amazing. So
amazing.
with the book, because my 8-year-old, the past year and a half or so, has gone on this musical theater class tap dancing journey.
Oh my gosh.
So she did a production of Newsies earlier this year. Jen was crying in the audience.
I was crying. I can't.
Gosh.
She played Pigtails the Newsie.
Oh, I love Newsies. Oh my gosh.
So obviously I'm like, we're New Yorkers. So, Hollywood, I've never been to California myself. So that's a whole other story for another time. But I look at your book and I go, well, I know this is going to help me guide her a little bit in certain areas. If for the New Yorker, what do you say to a New Yorker like me with an 8-year-old?
Well,
who's
I say the term Hollywood is a term. It is not a location or destination. Okay, so you don't have to live in Hollywood or LA. I just figured when you say Hollywood, you think lights, camera, action. It kind of gets to it. Because if you let me title the book, I'd be like, you're sort of, and because I was, and you can, but you don't have to. That would be the name of my book. So I'm like not allowed to name anything. But here's the thing. Sometimes, like for her, what she could find in the book, because it's really like a reference book. To me, the best page is the end, which has a bunch of links to different scripts. So it could be like, hey, try this voiceover, try this commercial voiceover script, and try this animation character voice, try this kids comedy monologue. And those are the kind of things that you would be doing if you were auditioning, say if you had an agent, which would be kind of that next step. Once you kind of get yourself all ready to go, then you get an agent, then you've got to audition for things, and then hopefully you book, right? So it's just getting started, like just what would I even be doing? Or is my kid going to actually follow through with the stuff too? Because that's another thing. Because you could be like, great, my daughter wants it. She said she wants to do it. She said she wants to be in commercials or she wants to be in shows. So, and you can just dive all the way in. And then the kid is just like, well, no, I don't want to do that anymore. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I just did all that. Are you serious? So it's kind of like a project too, where you can just be like, hey, this weekend we're going to film, 3 auditions or record, we're going to do one voiceover one. We can do one, comedy scene, etc. So just those ways to just kind of look at it and be like, what are the different jobs? Because some people might not even know you can just be a background actor. And that there are websites, you don't have to have an agent. You can just go on and, sign yourself up, and it's really cool. It's a great way to get in there. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I want to hear. I want to work with her. I want to sing with her, and I also do group singing clubs virtually on Fridays. I'm starting to add more days too, but yeah, it's just so fun. It was like I just love. Obviously, I've always been into hanging out with kids and making content for them, kids and families, and then for fun, I was helping people with auditions and performance coaching.
Yeah,
and then I was like, wait, this is what I should be doing. This is so perfect. Duh.
And I love watching it on TikTok. Like I've been watching it come to life. I love it.
Thank you. It's so fun. So fun. So
well, and what I love about what you write in a book is so you, right? Because I mean, just in how we've known each other the past 4 years, where you're like everything, it's like my door's open, let me know, I'm in. And your book is totally like that, where you're like, you need this, just send me a link. You got a recording you want me to listen to, just send it my way, and I'm happy to give you feedback. I think that's awesome.
Yay! Thank you. I love it. So I'm just it's very simple. It's not like this, like put patches on your elbows and turn on the fireplace and read this long novel. It's just like something that will hopefully just get you like inspired to be like, I want to try that. I could do that. Click on it and just be reading some of the scripts to yourself, and before you know it, you're like, wait. Am I a dramatic actor? there's adult scripts in there too, so it's really fun. It's $9. I mean, geez, Louise.
Come on.
We spend that at Starbucks,
That's true. I bought a sandwich today. That was more. No,
exactly. So that is super fun. And the fact that I'm reuniting once again with DC so that we can choo again together at Sesame Place in Langhorne, Pennsylvania.
And what were those dates, Genevieve? What were those dates?
Well, June 8th and 9th. And when you get your tickets to the park, you get the admission to the concert is in there. You just have to make reservations. We've been going there for like 10 years, which is incredible. We have friends and fans that have, they continue coming, and we just get to watch their families grow up, and it's so cool. And my son will be coming too for the first time, his first flight, and his first time ever seeing me as Choo Choo Soul. So if you'd like to see a 4-year-old have a meltdown, come on down to Sesame Place. I don't know what to expect. He's gonna be like, Mommy, what are you doing up there?
It's like, no.
2 years ago, Frank, I don't know, he was busy apparently, but I was able to go to Sesame Place with my family and see you guys perform, and it was amazing.
It was so fun.
Now, there were a few amazing things. At that point, we had already talked 4 times. We've known each other for years.
Yes.
But to see Choo Choo Soul come to life on stage, awesome. I also loved how you incorporated all the kids that have been growing up and seeing you, and you brought them up on stage at different points. You shouted them out. Loved it. Did little meet and greet after, all the things. However, there was this moment in the beginning where you're all like, hi, everybody. And you found me in the crowd. And we're like,
you're hard to miss, girl. You're too adorable.
What? What? Me?
You're so cute.
But after we all got to take a little group photo.
We are so cute.
And make TikToks.
Yeah.
Jealous. My face was melting because it was the hottest day.
It was so hot. Why is it always so hot when we're there?
It was disgustingly hot. It was May, and we jinxed it because we had talked about that leading up to it. Like, you never know what the weather will be. Disgustingly hot is what it was. It was rough. We felt for you guys performing. We're like, oh God, it's so hot. How are they doing?
I know, it's crazy with those outfits. DC gets more credit than me because he dances, and still every year that we get older, I'm like, dude, you don't have to like walk on your hands anymore. It's okay. And he's like, no, I'm still gonna do it, and proceeds to just be amazing.
I don't know if this is a chapter in your book, Genevieve, but I feel like you're the master of the segue here because we said in the title of this live stream there was a special guest here today, and I'm just making sure the special guest is ready. It feels like he's building like a MacGyver thing. So I don't know if you want to give me a thumbs up and let me know he's ready. Or,
there's a thumbs up. There's a thumbs up.
MacGyver sounds like somebody I might know. Let's see.
I feel like we should be doing like the. Oh, wait, we should have had the Choo Choo Soul like sound before we did this.
I don't know who wants. Genevieve, you want to do the intro? You intro. I feel like you should do the intro.
All aboard the choo-choo train, all aboard the choo-choo train, all aboard the choo-choo train, all aboard, choo-choo.
Here he is. Yes.
Hey guys. How's everybody doing today?
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
We're great.
We're fantastic. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I was just putting my equipment together so I can rehearse and stuff after our little podcast here. I was
It's
just
crazy.
putting it
I
all
appreciate
together.
you calling in from the train. That is so cool how you are in the actual
Too
in
funny.
the actual train right now. What's up, dude?
Not much. Just you know, just hanging around the house here, having just a good warm sunny day here in the Bay Area. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about us returning once again to Sesame Place and how fun it is. Jen was there not last year, but the year before.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And she
bring
said
this
we
up
were
again for
awesome.
drink.
So, there we go.
No, it's always a treat to go out to our friends at Sesame Place and perform, even though it's for whatever reason in the most tumultuous weather that we
Always.
it's either really hot 90% of the times we come. So I apologize to everybody for us bringing the heat, but or the freezing snow. I think we've done snow before.
Freezing snow
goodness.
before. Yeah. Yes, we do love everyone, though. We do love you guys. We do want you to have fun and be safe. But last year, Sir Constantine Abramson went into the giant splash pool thing.
Yeah,
Like
so when it's hot like that, then you got to go into the countdown. Splash. Well, I can't say that. The count. Splash countdown. There we go.
Yes.
And just randomly, I asked them if it was okay if I could cool off, and they said yes. And it was quite the experience.
Full costume, grown man in the splash pool. It was awesome.
I love it.
We need to uncover that video. Actually, I'm sure you have it somewhere.
Or maybe do it again. I don't know.
There you go.
Come out
Why
to the
not
show.
both? Why not both? Yeah, I love it. I think when I saw you guys, you had a big enough break coming up where you're like, we're gonna go sit in the hotel and just freezing cold air conditioning and just like just sit there for a while.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, it's so funny.
Yeah.
I know, Genevieve, we have talked to you a little bit about how Choo Choo Soul came to be, but with both of you here, we need to retell the story. How did you two meet? How did this all get started? I want to know all the things.
Yes. Well, DC and I were working on other music before. We were in a band. And it was called Legato in the Bay Area. And DC is a beatboxer who was beatboxing all around. And I was doing a lot of other music. And you were also, featuring with other groups and stuff.
So I was a professional mascot. For those that don't know what a professional mascot is, that is a character that makes memories worth repeating. I got to give that one to the Kansas City Chiefs mascot. He is the one who coined that phrase. It was I did that for over 2 decades, and I'm still involved in sports entertainment. How me and Genevieve came to meet. I had a friend that was like, you got to come check out this singer. And then I was like, okay. So I checked out the singer. And then I was actually trying to get her producer to actually help me with some beatboxing, maybe help me with an album. And then he was like, oh, well, why don't you just come, play in our group? And I was like, all right, cool. So then we were in a group together for a couple years. And then after our time with that, she had called me and said, "Hey, I have this album I'm working on with this producer that was used to do the Toe Jam and Earl video game. Would you be interested in helping out with the concept?" And so that's how I got on board with everything in the beginning of it all.
Yes, basically, and beyond. Like the first time I auditioned for a voiceover, didn't get the part, but made friends with the producers, and then they, Greg Johnson created Choo Choo Soul in his mind and was like, "Would you guys help us bring it to life?" And by the way, that incredible guy who was beatboxing, do you think he would like be a part of this too? Like, can you get him for us? Do you think you can get him? Right. So, and then like Disney was the same way. They're like, I had to go like audition and like do all this stuff. And they're like, and hey, that guy, can you get him? I'm like, yes, I can get him. I like you guys. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
if you ever see DC, you're just like, can you get him again? He is just amazing. So I love it. And like, we made this CD that was just, we thought the CD, the big thing we were trying to get, the deal was in Hear Music, which would be little CDs for sale in Starbucks. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big deal that was on the line that fell through, and we were like, well, we tried, we tried. And
yeah, when I first heard it, I thought like, oh, this is going to be great for schools and everything, and
right.
like, pump it out like curriculum and everything. Yeah. This is going to be great. And then later down the road, when Greg shopped it around, didn't even realize that I guess on my end, I didn't realize that was happening. And then Genevieve told me like, hey, there was a little bite from Playhouse Disney.
Just a little bite.
Yeah. Just a little bite. Yeah.
We heard.
I'm still snacking on it to this day. You know what I'm saying?
But truly amazing to still be a part of this, and I got to thank both Genevieve and Greg for hitting me up to be on this project, and also want to thank Burke, who engineered the original album, first two albums, and really made the sound what it is.
Yes. Yeah. So Burke Trishman and Greg Johnson are kind of the mastermind sound of putting that down. And then we just got to bring it to life on screen. Right. And then we just started going out on tour. My father, who's actually manages Choo Choo Soul too, and he has his production company, GFI Entertainment, he was like asking Disney, like, hey, what about them going, on tour? And they were kind of like, well, yeah. And we started doing some live shows at Disney World, which was incredible. We were just talking about us like crying like babies at the last show. Remember, that was so awesome.
Our first thing we did was in was in Boston Commons, I want to say, with Target. Right. And
that's right.
And then we did this Disney World 2 weeks Playhouse Disney in concert. That was like the last round of Playhouse Disney in concert series that they did.
Yes.
And they set up this huge tent behind the Rock and Roller Coaster area. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget just this ginormous tent, and we were packing the tent with like the numbers that people with regular shows like TV shows would have. Mm-hmm. And it was just this whirlwind moment that truly defined the rest of the ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's huge. I was going to ask where like the shows were exactly in Disney and how that was all set up. That's very cool. But yeah, I mean, Choo Choo Soul, my oldest was born in 2014. So I probably discovered Choo Choo Soul in 2016, maybe. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's my nostalgia with it. But I can't imagine, the kids that had been watching it as it was happening and was able to go to those live shows. It must have been like, oh my God, they're here. It's like the Beatles. You guys were the Beatles.
And it's cool to have, we have another like resurgence on TikTok now where they're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I used to watch you.
I'm pretty sure there's videos of our kitty mosh pits that would form in the front of the stage. It really good times.
Yeah.
Really good times. So it's incredible that we still have these opportunities to get together and do shows again, because the songs are still really good. They still are like, and they were written and produced and performed in such a way that we were not trying to like sing down to the kids. We were just making great music that we like.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, we're gonna eat our vegetables, so if you guys want to come, great, rather than like eat your vegetables every day. And I think
it sounds like very much like the right pieces were in place at the exact right time, and everything fell in line accordingly. Producing and performers, and
Yep, absolutely. And then we just ran with it. Like every opportunity we had, we worked and worked and worked like so hard. We were out there dancing, sweating. Every opportunity we pretty much always said yes, in not just the beginning years, actually. For like a solid decade, we were just like on the road all the time.
That surprises me about you, Genevieve. I don't see that. You don't seem like a person that would say yes and like
no way, no, not at all.
Constantine, I want to ask you directly, because I feel like we've gotten a lot of answers from Genevieve over the years. Is there something over that time, a moment on stage, or all the filmings you've done over time, where maybe it just went off in a direction that was unexpected and it surprised you? So I kind of want a good story about Genevieve. That's really what I'm looking for.
I have to say the growth that we both have got to experience in our personal lives and in doing this and entertaining families and everything has just been probably the most rewarding part of the whole experience. But to an interesting story, I would say, all right, here it comes. Funny. If we're just throwing, I'm just gonna throw a little one here. One time we were performing, and we do this thing where during bare necessities, I run, like we do a medley, and I run all the way upstairs. Now it's a full sprint because I gotta get upstairs to like do this little transition that we do when we're like kind of like talking to each other. And so I was like, all right, everybody, get ready. We're gonna wave our hands side to side, and Genevieve's just kind of doing this little like cool little strut down like the railing, and like she just puts her hand on it, leans on it, and the whole railing just came off, and you just see Genevieve just go, I'm like, oh my! I ran down so fast, but yeah, that would be a pretty funny story to tell.
It was a 100-year-old theater, and I never do that. I don't make choices like that ever. And I just thought, I'm going to slide down the banister today in the middle of Zippity Doo-Dah. That, and I just hear him on the mic, and he's going, Genevieve, are you okay? And I know him so well, I could hear in his voice that he was just crying, laughing. He was trying to gasp for air. It was so...
Oh my. But one of the most for me, one of the most special moments was being able to perform in front of my father at Disney World during the Playhouse awesome. Disney in concert. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, Genevieve, we were having an amazing dinner, and one of the reps from Disney World was with us, and he just wrote this amazing speech about our time at Disney World for the 2 weeks that we were there. And it just kind of summed up just summed up the whole entire week so perfectly. And my father got to be there to witness all that stuff. Awesome. And so that was really, really special for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh. Yeah.
All right. I think turnabout is fair play. So Genevieve, do you have a story about Constantine?
I do. Look at you know what I'm gonna do.
Be nice.
One time, okay, another extremely hot tour. We were in New Jersey. No. I'm talking about backstage meet and greet that you ran up, remember?
I'm trying to
Anyway,
remember now.
it was
Go ahead.
really
Go
hot.
ahead.
But people had one meet and greet with us,
Mhm.
and the family was waiting backstage.
Oh,
and it was really
oh, yeah. Are we talking about
And
the
we had-
Imagination Movers?
Yes, yes,
Block party
yes,
tour.
the
Block party tour.
tour. And he was out there just gigging, just breakdancing, standing on his head, legs, boom, 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 yeah,
You're
yeah,
not-
dancing it real hard for the final number. He came back.
No,
He
no,
got
you're
up.
not. You're not. You're
Oh, I
not telling
forgot
this
the
right.
fact
You're
that
not
he
telling
was
this right. You're not
Yeah.
telling this right. Hold on.
Yeah, we
All
want
right, hold
correction.
on. Let me. You gonna tell it right?
Tell it right. Before the show, DC enjoyed some delicious chips and salsa, more than any man should have before a show. Then he gave it his all. He gave it his all for the kids on stage in the heat, leg kicks, back spins, beatboxing. And our lovely meet and greet winners, you guys see where this is going, are waiting backstage. And after everyone's yay, goodbye, and he ran backstage and projectile vomited off the stage
Oh my god.
into a trash can right next to the family that won the meet and greet with us.
So I was like, I think there's a part in like where we did do our own dance, and I would like do these scissor kicks, and it would like last for like would feel like for like at least like a minute,
Yeah.
and then I got up and I was like, all right, oh no, and I ran and quickly back, and then just spewed like it.
Oh,
Yeah, I just spewed
so sorry,
and it
everyone.
launched, and then it wasn't until afterwards that I realized that they were
Right.
the people for the meet and greet, because then Genevieve points at him and was like, oh, and those are the people for the meet and greet. I'm like, oh no.
he still somehow pulled it together, and they had amazing memories as well. That's something they'll never forget.
Right.
You
They
gave
still
them-
tell that story.
They
You know they
still-
do. They've probably told it on TikTok. We don't know. We'll
Look it
have to
up.
find it.
They're probably
We like our
"Hey,
vomiting
now."
stories here, so it's in
Yes.
a safe space. Don't worry.
Yeah. we're
You
all
know,
about
babies
it.
vomit, grown adults vomit.
Hey, you
Whatever.
know,
Everybody does it, you know?
it's all part of it.
Yeah.
And we've been told funny things by kids too. A lot of them just kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
"You're bigger." This kid's like, "You're bigger than the TV." I said, "Oh, I am all pretty tall, huh?" He said,
No.
pointed this way, wide. Yeah.
Oh, my
Anyway,
goodness.
we love him. It's great. That one is probably
Kids.
just got his law degree. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
All these years later. Oh.
Congratulations to you. That's fine. That's
Oh dear.
when the behind the scenes of when you were filming like the A Dream is a Wish and Zippity Doodah and all of that. How did those little videos come to be, and where did you film them? Give us all the little behind the scenes tidbits of that.
Yes, that's so we filmed those in LA, in the Valley. If you hear people say the Valley, but yeah, there's a huge green screen studio that we filmed all of Choo Choo Soul in, didn't we? No, excuse
Yeah.
me. The first part of Choo Choo Soul was filmed in New Jersey, actually.
Yes, right.
The very
That's right.
first 5. But they just thought that was only going to be 5 videos and that was it. So
Yeah.
little did they know they loved it. So we came back. So yeah, that was out here in LA. And that was so much fun. I don't remember. Did you have wardrobe fittings ahead of time?
So no, we had to go to the mall for my outfit at the time to go try and
that was the
piece
first
something
one.
together.
That was
that
the
was
first one.
Oh,
I
the
mean, by
second
the
one, yes. The
Disney
second,
favorite.
yes. By then, yes, we had the new like blue denim look with the red and yellow.
But the Disney
Yeah.
favorites, your whole Prince costume and everything. Do you remember doing wardrobe fittings for that? Because I remember
yeah,
going
I
to the
forgot about
stylist
that.
like house and getting measured, which was so cool.
Mhm.
Yes, I remember going to the stylist house for that portion
Yeah.
of the Disney favorites. She had amazing old vintage posters in her house.
Oh
Remember that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, no, I remember because they got me new hats, new everything, and I was just like, yes, finally.
I
All
know,
right,
we're like,
cool.
wow, there's a budget now, huh? There's a budget.
But that was what was cool is they made Genevieve like a big fishtail
Oh, that was
for the
craziest.
under the sea video. They put so how they did that they put like a little teeter-totter seesaw. They paint, they had it green screened, and we had the balance on this little what am I thinking of?
Yeah, it was like it's like a horse.
The horse. That's
They call it a. What is wrong with me? Yeah,
the little horse thingy.
yeah, something you saw on. I can't think of it either.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Rocking
Like thing in the
Like
thing.
a
with this-
partition type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That was probably the most intense core work ever. I remember being exhausted after that because you also have to do it in slow motion
Yeah.
because then they speed it up to look. Or was it
Yeah.
opposite? Or was it fast?
No, it was in slow motion.
Okay.
And then, but some parts were sped up so that
Yeah.
that they did this weird trick
Yeah,
with it and everything.
which is kind of cool when they so you'd be like the seaweed is always green on somebody else's legs. You're not going up there, so that when they play it, it looks like you're like swimming. That was in like the wind and everything.
Mhm.
But remember, they had to bring me out in a wheelbarrow for that.
Because she couldn't walk, they had to like wheel her out.
It was
with,
a legit tale. That was like the real
Yeah.
thing.
it was made by the people who made A Fish Called Wanda. Wasn't it?
Oh, I think
Oh,
so.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And I remember there was something with the shininess because when you're on a green screen, everything reflects.
Mhm.
Like my hoops in season 1 were big and then they were small. If anyone noticed that, it was because of the reflection of the green screen. But remember, they had to spray your mask, and then when you were
Mhm.
done,
Oh
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
all this paint
Yes,
all over your face.
yes. I did forget about that. I had a scuba ring around my face after getting off of that.
So cute. My
That's fun.
favorite. No, I don't know. My favorite, I think, of your outfits is probably supercalifragilistic with stripes. Where we got to do like, I mean, can you guys believe we got to do that? It's
I know.
unreal.
Right? Yes.
And it was like a whole dance number and just amazing. But I think that one, I loved you in that, but I loved you in the Prince costume too. But I think
I
those
liked
stripes
I liked the Pinocchio one too. The Dream is a Wish.
Oh,
Getting
yes.
to be the live action Pinocchio here.
I
Yeah.
was thinking about that. I was just reading my son the story of Pinocchio for the first time last night, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, we did that!" Mommy was that. He's like, "Okay, no, the book, please."
Yeah. Let's get back to the story. That's great
Yeah,
for
and I'm like,
you.
I
Yeah.
gotta pull up that video again. That was pretty magical. And then you
It
were
was-
the boy, and then you turned into the real boy.
hmm
Mhm.
That was a favorite with my daughter in this house. So yeah, that was on replay a lot.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
How did you
Remember
guys
one of-
watch Choo Choo Soul? Was it on just Disney Channel, just the linear, or was it Disney Junior yet, or was it Playhouse Disney?
So we had like the Disney Junior app, I guess.
Oh, perfect.
And it was on there.
Very
And
cool.
then I think and now it's just the Disney app, I guess, because then there's Disney Plus. But I think it was
Love
just
it.
on the Disney app. I think that's how I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Disney Junior app is what
Yeah.
I. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool.
To stretch your memories a little more, is there maybe a Disney song that you never got to do that you wanted to do, or is there something that we never saw? Is there something you could think of across the
Yeah. Well, we did
broad
have
spectrum?
other songs that we did. There were 2 to 4 other songs on the album that did not have videos. Ooh, did my camera go away? Okay. That did not have videos. So one was the Tangled song, When Will My Life Begin? That would have been kind of cool. Really long
Love that
brown
song,
ponytail.
Mhm.
We got to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo.
Mhm.
Were those the only 2 that didn't have videos? I'm trying to remember.
I
think
feel
so.
like there's 2 more,
I do too.
but I could be
We
wrong. I could be wrong.
should know these things. Put it on the list of
There's
things we
so
should
many.
know. Yeah. Things we should know. And it's funny when we do shows at Sesame Place, the Sesame brand and Disney, it's so beautiful they let us intertwine for live shows, but we can't be doing Disney classics
Right.
at Sesame. So every time we get to Sesame Place, we're like, it's like, here's all of our song list. We're like, oh wait, no, we can only do. We're like, well, what are we 10 years later? How do we make this different?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty incredible. It would be fun to make some more. I love thinking about like what would a reboot of Choo Choo Soul be like? Would it be like the younger us's? Would it be
Mhm.
animated?
Mm.
But the content is so evergreen, it still kind of is good, even
Yeah.
though some of our videos are short, like, like they don't fill the whole screen. I was like, wow, we are old school. We are.
With Sesame Street and Sesame Place, I'm just trying to segue here. In terms, since you're such an iconic duo in children's programming, what children's programming, when both of you were young, did you get drawn to that you think influenced the way you do children's programming now?
Oh, 1000% Sesame Street for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
If anybody knows Today's Special, that was
yeah.
that I grew up on. Not a lot of people know Today's Special, and I love
Love
that.
Today's Special.
Romper Room. Romper Room was one
yes.
of those.
Mhm.
So I mean, Reading Rainbow. There was so many just little shows that we got to grow up with that were really, really special.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was big. I mean, definitely Sesame Street was huge in my household forever. Like, and the characters, even sometimes when I see them, like something in me is like, oh my God, wait, calm down. You're a grown woman. Relax. It's just Grover. Like, calm down. Oh my gosh. It's so
And then
fun.
preparing for Sesame Place, were you saying, Constantine, that you're about to rehearse in this space? Should we just keep it rolling to watch the rehearsals, or are we?
So I've been doing some performances with some DJs, and just recently there was this security convention here in San Francisco where I got to team up with DJ Zaldi to do a beatbox DJ collaboration, which was awesome. So I'm bringing, and I just got back from San Diego doing an event out there, so I'm just bringing all my stuff in and setting it up again. And then once we were going to be done with this, I was going to rehearse with Genevieve, but I don't know, maybe if I plug it in, I can do a little something here. I don't know.
I mean, don't let us get in the way of your rehearsals. If that
I love it.
I mean, because it's so, you guys aren't in the same place. So
Right.
is this how your rehearsals happen? Or do you have any time once you get to Pennsylvania to rehearse, or is this?
So I used to get down to LA a lot to try and meet up with Genevieve to rehearse. Anytime she was here in the Bay Area, we try to meet up, at least talk about the approach of the show, and then kind of get our heads around like what we're gonna put where and what the lineup of the set list is gonna be.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but we will be doing it virtually this time. And we get together usually in one of the rooms, or he'll set up his stuff. And then our sound check, because we know the crew so well, they know everything we have. We rehearse a lot like there, because we get there so early before the shows. So a lot of times through the park, you can hear us like running through everything. It's so fun. We're lucky to be, and we have a lot of chemistry where we can just kind of read each other, and we just get it going. We know how to, if the music goes out, we're like 2 counts until we figure out what to do. It's like so much fun.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something that happened right away, or was there a certain point where you're like, it is seamless now?
It's definitely grown and gotten better, but it's pretty much always been there since we first started in the band even. And so it's pretty awesome. We had a couple great times when we were on tour where we got to go off in some random city and do like open mics, and we got to find that. What city was that? That one we were with that bass player, remember?
That was Pittsburgh.
How do you remember all these things? You're so amazing.
I remember some things sometimes, and other times. But we do have some good jam sessions, and I think that with Genevieve's, musical background and timing, and just this the way we are. Like, there's been times where the music has completely gone out, and then without missing a beat, I'll just keep beatboxing, and then she'll just keep singing like nothing happened, and we'll get through that until we need to troubleshoot the next song.
Exactly. Like, well, we can't beatbox the whole thing, but I'm also excited. We're gonna reunite again in like our hometown area in the Bay Area. We'll be in San Jose. That's going to be with Christy Yamaguchi's Always Dream Foundation at the Children's Discovery Museum of San Jose. That's Saturday. No, sorry. That is September I totally know what I'm doing. September the 7th.
Yay!
I know. That's so exciting. So
That's
I
very
can't
cool.
wait
Yeah.
for that.
Do you guys aside from Sesame Place and now the charity, do you get together often outside of
It's crazy. We love to and try to. Just both of our lives have been so wild. We're like both in total new phases of our lives where we're kind of caring for our parents, which is like super interesting part of our lives. So when we do get the chance to get together and just be kids again, it's very fun. And we are, I don't know, like when we get back together doing it again, we're like, would you like do this again? Or like, well, if it was right, I guess, it's like so fun.
Yeah, no, we try to get together, but for most part, me working in sports entertainment, I work for the San Francisco Giants, the Golden State Warriors, and at one time I was working full-time managing the mascot program with the San Francisco 49ers, and that takes up a lot of time to go through the seasons. And I also have to give big shout out and thank you to Genevieve and Jimmy for the years of patience of dealing with my schedule.
It's so crazy because the NFL schedule just came out, and I was like, "Oh my god, remember everything used to hit on the NFL schedule."
So the way we used to book our tours was always around my schedule, because it was never easy to because we would have to book in advance for the shows, and I couldn't say yes because I didn't know where the games would be, where sometimes what they call flexing a game means pushing to another date or time. I didn't know when the playoffs were going to be or anything like that. So we've navigated through my career without missing too much. So but through that career, I was very lucky to be a part of 8 championships, so can't be mad at this,
right?
Can't be mad at being busy all the time.
Gosh, I didn't even know that number. Wow.
Yeah.
What is both of your favorite places to eat in the Bay Area? I think.
If you're going for breakfast, you got to go to Neil's here in Millbrae. It's amazing. They have amazing pancakes. Oh my god, I love pancakes.
All right.
Gosh, it's been so long. Oh my gosh, I would say my grandma's house, but yeah, it's man. I barely even get out there anymore. Where else would we go? Help me. You live there still.
So many. Let's see.
We can't bring the train there anymore because it kept getting broken into.
Well, there's the town where you used to work at, and Piacere was down the street. But they have a wonderful restaurant called The Town where they serve steak and other amazing dishes over there. And I mean, you're gonna have to come to town and then come with me, and then I'm gonna have to take you on a nice tour. I like to do. I like to take people on a nice tour of the Bay Area to all the nice places and not the touristy places, the places that you should see. So when you're in town, give me a call and we'll go do that.
I like it.
I've never been out there. I want to go to Pac Bell. I want to go to Candlestick. No, I'm just
well, hey, rest in peace. Candlestick is no longer there, unfortunately. But I'll take you over there to see where it was once was. But I love the Bay Area so much out here, and just so many things to do, and so easy to get around. That's what I love most about it here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a beautiful place. It's just awesome.
Yeah, Frank has never been to the state of California, which
What?
is
Frank,
right. I know.
come on.
Frank.
Yeah, I know. I'm ashamed.
Exactly. Where
That,
like what would if he had never been to the whole state and he could take one trip, what would both of you say to do?
The whole state?
The whole
Whole
state. That's right. I'm
state.
throwing the whole thing in there.
I'm biased. I mean, I tell you, go down to Monterey, have a nice relaxing day, go look at some art and everything and relax. But that's just me.
Well, he does have a podcast called Theme Park Thursdays. I think you probably need to go to Disneyland, but
Yeah.
Or maybe come up here to go. Was it Marine World? They got the in Vallejo. They got the Great
yes, you
America.
could go wine tasting in Napa. You could go,
Mhm.
see the water and the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. You could come to LA. You
They
could go
have
to Santa
concerts in the
Monica.
park. They got
Mhm.
concerts in Golden Gate Park. They got concerts in Stern Grove. They
gosh.
got the Bottle Rock festivals. They got
Yes.
so many. There's so many festivals and things to do during the summertime. That's like there's and little street markets and things that it's just so much fun.
He's
But this
doing
is-
a
this is
better
why I
job than
haven't
me.
been, because you're saying so many things that I want to do, and it's
Yeah.
I
overwhelming. And then I
know
can't
you
do any of it.
can't go to one place. You have to come for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes.
Yes. Love it. All right.
Oh
Well,
Did you write all that down?
Yeah, everything's
I
written.
recorded.
Yeah. Take the notes.
Well, this has been awesome. After 4 years of talking to Genevieve, to have both of you here, Constantine, really, it's so awesome. And I'm definitely coming for all the sporting events in
Perfect.
Yes.
the areas.
Yes.
We're down for that now.
Yeah.
Well, let me host you, and we'll have a good time.
Yes.
But we don't want to keep you from your rehearsal time. But June 8th and 9th at Sesame Place, Choo Choo Soul, doing it again. And then September 7th in
San
for the
Jose.
charity event. Yeah.
Yes. But that is open to the public. Oh, he's turning it on now.
Cool.
Also,
Let's go.
DC, anyone who's listening while he's warming up, DC on Instagram, your DC Beatbox 650.
650. Yes.
Nice.
And I'm Genevieve Goings.
Everywhere.
IEVE.
And you both are both on Instagram,
Yeah.
Genevieve,
TikTok.
both on TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where else?
Yes.
Yes, and we do have a Facebook page. We should probably log into it sometime. What do you say?
Forgot password.
I'm on
Figure that out.
my other one a lot, but not on the Choo Choo Soul one. So
Yeah.
we got to get that cracking. But it's so fun, and of course, all of you with kids that want to, just explore their creativity. Check out my ebook, Your Beginner's Guide to Entering Hollywood. You can even go to any of my posts and just type book, and it will automatically send you some info. Thank you.
Yeah.
Technology. Oh my gosh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, DC, what do you have over there? What's happening that we can't
Let's see here. Well, I have my little loop station set up, and it just helps me loop my beatboxing. I don't know if you guys can hear me over there with this.
see? Give it a try.
Oops.
I think this is the best that your earbuds can do for us.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah, no,
This is so
I
awesome.
gotta-
Thank you both.
We're going to be working on some new stuff, and yeah, we're going to have a good time at
Yes.
Sesame Place. Very excited to see everybody again. Please bring the family. Come out for some family fun. Come out for some water park fun. Come out and see your favorite Sesame Street characters, and come see
Yes,
us.
come see us. Take videos with us. TikToks, selfies. We love it. We're always into it. Always.
All right. Well, thanks for everyone watching. Tonight we're doing the YouTube, but we also did the Facebook and the Twitter tonight too.
Really?
The X Twitter, whatever we're calling it. You know. All the things.
Places.
All the
Oh
places.
my gosh. How exciting. Well, hello, everyone. We love you. And we can't wait to party with you in whatever medium on whatever platform that may be.
Yep.
Well, that will wrap things up for this evening. But thanks for everyone for watching. And thank you both, Genevieve and Constantine. This has been so awesome. And who knows what'll happen the next time we're all together again.
That is true. Next
just
time you
yes
guys are going
and.
to beatbox and we're going to loop it.
That's right.
Yes, and I will do that.
Sure.
Have a great night, everyone. Genevieve and Constantine are going to hang out with us in the backstage area before we let them go to the rehearsal. Bye.
Bye, guys.
The Dillo's Diz podcast is hosted by Frank Cardillo and Jen Cardillo Snyder. Music produced by Matt Harvey. Logos and video production courtesy of Snidillo Studios. Dillo's Diz Resort is our Patreon with tiers starting as low as $1 per month. You can visit dillosdizresort.com to learn more. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X Twitter, and Facebook at Dillo's Diz. Check us out on YouTube by visiting youtube.com/DillosDiz. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there. We also have merch available on TeePublic and Etsy. For all this and more, visit our one-stop shop, dillosdiz.com. Dillo's Diz Podcast 2024.